So I put data in front of everybody. We talk about the gaming industry, we talk about the gaming market, and then I see a comment like this from an audience member. Say you hate Xbox. Just write those 3 words, I hate Xbox, and I will give you a pin and a heart. But coming out to say something like the reason Microsoft is going with the approach of expanding their platform is because they themselves can't sell consoles is actually just you framing Microsoft's console sales position in the worst possible light. Because you can be truthful and say they're not selling as many consoles as PlayStation, but them basically, converting other users into their ecosystem is their way to compensate for it. Because your conclusion is wrong. You said if you can't sell consoles, you can't sell games. That is wrong. Because Xbox proved you wrong, and even PlayStation themselves decided that they were also going to go ahead and prove you wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what we've been talking about for the longest time. We've been pointing out Xbox, and we've been pointing out, even PlayStation's perception of Xbox, especially when they wanted to go ahead and acquire Activision Blizzard. PlayStation viewed Xbox and their market proposition as a threat, knowing that at the end of the day, with Xbox having gotten a hold of Activision, their entire multi-game strategy was going to give them an edge and basically put PlayStation behind. So not only did Xbox go ahead and find a way to compensate for the lack of its console sale, measuring up to PlayStation, basically 50%, they went and recruited everybody else. People who wanted to subscribe on their TVs, people who wanted to play on PC, and now they're going mobile. So you saying if you can't sell consoles, you can't sell games, absolutely defeats your argument, because let me show you something that you may not have paid attention to. This year, PlayStation did not need its consoles to make one of the biggest live service games that actually came out. Did you know that? Let me repeat it again. PlayStation did not need its own console to sell one of the highest grossing live service games that came out in 2024. When I say this year, I mean 2024. So your statement is already refuted by PlayStation themselves. In fact, let me show you not only one, but 2 PlayStation games are the highest grossing games outside of PlayStation. They have nothing to do with PlayStation at all. This is why you must broaden your scope when you look at the gaming market. This is why you must look outside of the bubble, because you see, I got to be honest, man. As somebody who played on PlayStation for a long time, I'm glad that I went to the PC side of things. I went back to PC and all of that. And I realized that the most important thing in having these conversations for, the gaming market, the consoles and stuff, requires that you're able to look at everything from a multifaceted angle. So if I give PlayStation the props for doing this, and I do give them the props, and I've wanted them to do the prop to basically get these props. I've been pushing and fighting that PlayStation needs to move day one into Steam, because it's neutral ground in a sense. Yes, indirect competitor, where they can basically lock down head-to-head with Microsoft. And all of you have been sitting here crying about your, petty little exclusives on a console that many of you are not buying because you are constantly playing these Xbox games. And I'm like, PlayStation, take your stuff to where people are going to buy it. And I'm getting dragged in the comment section. Oh, exclusives, they matter. I'm like, you don't even understand what the competitive market looks like. Xbox don't went around this whole lack of, 50% of the console sales of PlayStation, and have basically started enjoying themselves on PC, not even a single lick of a challenge. This is the best of 2023. In 2023, Xbox was also, basically enjoying itself with Call of Duty and Starfield in that number 1 gross game spot. This year, I am delighted to announce to you that PlayStation is also now, well, they were in that list in 2023 with Destiny in a sense, but that was based on, it was already Destiny established on Steam. But now they've brought in a new contender, and they've basically bumped their way into the, 2024 runnings. As a PlayStation fan, you should be impressed that they actually, took the step to do that, and it actually worked. So saying this, they're expanding to other devices and other markets. This is the reality situation without the cope fluff. This is the problem with you PlayStation fans. You keep saying I'm coping. Yeah, I'm teaching you even your own platform moves, and you close your eyes to it. You just want to just insult the messenger. That's the problem with y'all. You're not even paying attention to what's going down. Right under your nose. PlayStation is over here banking on PC, a platform that is outside its own ecosystem, and you are over here saying, oh, Microsoft is finding other customers because they just can't sell consoles. PlayStation can sell consoles, but they can't even find customers. That's the irony of the situation. Or they're not satisfied. I guess the best way you can interpret it, they're not satisfied with the customers that they have. Why? Y'all are sitting here on Fortnite and EA, Sports College Football, NFL 2025, and WWE 2K24, and Minecraft, playing these Xbox games more than you are your own PlayStation games. So what are they doing? They're going out there. Let me tell you what's gone on. They basically played a very brilliant game that most PlayStation players don't even see what's going on. Let me show you what they've done. They told you guys, hey, by the way, we're going to go ahead and release our traditional games late on PC. Okay? So PC players wait 2 years, wait 12 months. PlayStation fans were like, well, it's not that bad. At least it's not coming day one. And then they pulled the rug from under your feet. You didn't even know. They went ahead and said, you know what? We're going to change our investment strategy. We were spending about 88% for traditional games, but instead we're going to reduce it to 45%. And then we're going to put 55% towards the live service games, the ones that go to PC day one. They're going to invest more money on it. And you know what? As we're going down, we want to grow it to 60% in 2025's fiscal year. So their day one PC launches are the ones that are going to be getting the highest infusion of investment and cash from PlayStation, while you sit there and say, oh, well-timed exclusive. You're being played. Oh, my goodness. I wish my fellow PlayStation fans would wake up. My goodness, how much of a slumber can you be in to not see what's going on right underneath your nose? You were mocking Xbox for the exact same thing. PlayStation switched up the game on you. So your shiny little Spider-Man 2, you're going to be like, well, that game came 2 years later. While they don't go on and then made Helldivers 2 money, and they're going to be making Destiny 2 money and Marathon money, and possibly if they can get Fair Games to stick, maybe make some money from Fair Games. And you want to laugh at Xbox not selling consoles when PlayStation is touting consoles but needing PC? Do you know how many weeks PC carried Helldivers 2? Do you know how many weeks before this last weekend, Helldivers winning these awards, and they're basically talking more about Helldivers, and then it started to crack the top 15. Matt Piscatella is known to have reported that Helldivers 2 was basically finding it difficult to crack the top 15 spot. It was in the top 30 spot, but he could not crack the top 15 on PlayStation. It was cracking it steady on PC. Steady. It was in number 3, number 4, fighting with Fortnite and all the others on PC. Well, I said Fortnite. I'm sorry. We don't have Fortnite on Steam. Sorry. Fighting with all these other games on Steam. So again, stay asleep. Mock Xbox console sales. Do your thing. Talk about cope. Talk about fluff. Whatever you want to talk about. But right under your nose like this. PlayStation is spending more money on PC developments too. I mean, did you ever think about it that way? So what's going to happen is they're going to cook your single player games. But man, you can wait for them every 8 years. But these live service games, they're going to be churning them out so fast. Watch and see. They had to delay their calendar. They were going to launch 12 games in like 2 years. They were going to launch like 12 live service games in like 2-3 years. Do you know what? That's like 4 a year. They're going to fill the gap with, remasters and remakes and small titles here and there. Maybe money-hatted third-party titles. But boy, I can tell you that they're going to be pumping out live service games. You're not going to recognize PlayStation anymore because they're pursuing the money and they've seen and gotten a taste of it. Now you may ask, why did I want them to do this? Why did I want it? Because I want PlayStation to stay competitive. You, on the other hand, you want to fight a console war. You're not thinking strategically. I'm sorry, but I have to play chess. I'm not bothered about the stupid checkers you want to play, about who's selling consoles or not. No, that's your business. Go ahead and chase down that nonsense. But if you're a chess player, you understand right now what has happened here in 2024. Everybody's saying PlayStation is this. No. PlayStation has now moved into a very significant position on Steam, and I've basically said, okay, we can do this here. Now, they're the only masters of their own demise, because if they come back here and say, well, the next live service game, we need PlayStation requirement, they're going to bomb. So they have to think very carefully as to how they make the next moves. However, currently, they've done well for 2024 in making one of their live service games not just stick, but move to the top position on Steam. Great job, PlayStation. I've been saying this for 2 years, but most of you are just worried about stupid nonsense pettiness. Forget that. Jump into the big leagues. Let's look at data. All this so-called console, you're running away from reality. Let's get in here and let's discuss what this whole thing is about. That's what the VG5 School channel is here for. I'm not here to sit there and talk to you on a podcast and ask you to give me money and then lie to you. I don't need to. I can simply just come and look at the data. You can look at the data with me. And then we can basically go ahead and say, wow, PlayStation won. Isn't that crazy? Peace out.